Evening.
G'day,
All
mate.
right. You got a firmware update.
Are you going to sit on the other side, or are you going to capture from this side? Oh, don't worry about it then.
What do you want me to grab?
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're good.
I can do it.
We're good.
What do you want?
It's good. Just sit back and enjoy the show.
They sat like middle row. Oh, good luck.
Hey.
I had a drink last night. I'm sorry.
It's all good. I checked my footage from last night and I actually got the entire show. So the phone died after I'd completed. So
Great. But again, do you want me to...
I want you to sit and enjoy the surf.
Well, I will do that regardless.
Thank you, brother.
I came too early.
Please welcome to the stage your cruise director, Alexander Percival.
Well, a very good evening, one and all. Good evening. Can you shrink a bit? Well, welcome here to the theatre for a packed-out adult late-night comedy. Now, this is your final reminder if you are easily offended, that way. I'm sure you all saw this gentleman last night, so you know what you are in for. It's the same style of comedy, just we can push it further and say some coarse words as well. Ooh. I know. So with that in mind, please have me welcome back to the stage. Our comic for this cruise is Andre King!
Hey! 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 All right. Hello. Oh, hello. Yes. Look at you, fine folk. Yes. What's your name, bud?
Brian.
Brian. Tonight you're going to be the president of the show. I'll just set that up for the next time Alex comes on stage. All right, before we kick into things, ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for this button? I mean, let's face it, it's putting in all the heavy lifting on stage tonight. This is great being here. Look at this monstrosity I've got behind me. This reminds me of when I started doing entertainment. I actually started as a magic act, a striptease drag magic act. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of, striptease drag magic act days, where I operated under the name Rosie O'Dongle. Of course, none of the other girls had called me Rosie O'Dongle, they all called me Global Warming. And I thought it was because I'm hot and inevitable, but no, apparently it was because of the amount of damage I'd done to the poles. I know some of you guys were at Rietta's show and you saw the moves I was laying out. Yeah. So yes, it's nice to be here, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I get asked a lot by cruise directors if I'd be interested in staying on for extended periods. You know, cruise directors coming up just going, "Hey man, have you ever thought about becoming a resident comedian on board a ship?" I'm like, what does that involve? He's like, "Oh, you know, you'd come on for like 3 months." I'm like, 3 months? You gotta be kidding, I'd get fat. I'd be ringing you up every morning going, "Burp, burp. Hey boss, I can't come in today, I'm too thick." "What's the matter, Andre? You're not feeling well?" "I got a disease, man." "What, you've got a disease?" I went, yeah. "What sort of disease is it?" "Oh, have you heard of OCD?" "Yes, is that the disease you have?" "No, mine's way worse than that. I have obesity." "It's not communicable to the passengers, is it, Andre?" "Well, just looking around, you'd think that it was." So tonight is the adult show. It is the adult show, R18 show. Yeah, woohoo! Yeah, cutting loose on the cruise ship. The thing is, I still don't swear in my shows. I don't swear. But I appreciate that it is an adult show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split you guys up into 3 groups. All right, let's start with this group over here. Hey, buddy, what's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel, where you from, Daniel?
Australia.
Australia. Well, this is going to be interesting, isn't it?
Before you, it's her birthday.
No, it's not. Absolutely not.
Is it really your birthday?
No, he just said that's what he'd say if he got it. No, seriously, that is what he said.
Is it her birthday?
No.
It is? No, the only I don't pick on people, love, so you're perfectly safe. The only reason I was asking is because it was my birthday like a week ago, so I just wanted to know if you got anything nice. No?
The necklace.
Yeah, it was a lovely
That's
necklace.
what Gary bought for her.
Oh, Gary. So Lisa, Gary, and
Back to
Daniel. Yeah. This is a lovely conversation. I'm kind of in the middle of a show at the moment. We can come back to it if you like. Yeah. For my birthday, my brother got me a sweater, which was awful because I was hoping for a Mona or a Screamer. Beggars can't be choosers, though, right? All right, Daniel, you're an Australian. What's your favourite swear word?
The obvious.
Not that one.
Starts with F.
Say it.
Fuck.
Can't believe he actually said it.
We're Aussie.
You are Aussie. Okay, so group 1, this is everybody on this side of the aisle and upstairs as well. You guys are the
Fuck.
group. So when I point to you guys all say, "Fuck." Oh, I think you can muster a bit more energy than that. When I point to you, you guys say, "Fuck." That's right. Hello, group 2. Hello, my love. What's your name? Kim? Kim. Where are you from, Kim? Australia as well. It seems I have a type, ladies and gentlemen. What's your favourite swear word, Kim?
Winner.
Wiener? I've got to be honest, Kim, I've been doing this joke for a very long time, and not once has anyone ever said wiener. What's your favourite, like, actual swear word?
Shit.
Okay, so you guys are the group. So when I point to you guys will all say, shit! Look at that. Look what you did, Kim. Is anybody not happy being in the shit group? You're not happy in the shit group? Do you want to go to the fucked group? There are a couple of seats over there. Okay, so when I point to this group, you guys are going to say, shit! You guys are going to say, shit! You guys are going to say, shit! You guys are going to say, fuck! You guys are going to say, fuck! Ni hao ma. Jin Tian Tian Qing Han Hao, what's our entree? Please don't tell me your favorite swear word is Chao Ni Ma. The thing is, I know you're not Mandarin. You're from Canada, right? You guys are from Canada? Yeah. All right, what's your favorite swear word? Oh, beaver, eh? Yeah. Gosh darn it, maple syrup. That's... What word did you say when you hurt your knee? We've already got a fuck group. Did you say any other words? We've already got a shit group. We don't need crap. Maybe go for an adjective. Well, it gets very scatological if we go with piss. You know, there are only so many Dutch and Germans here. Asshole. All right, congratulations. Guess what group you guys are? So when I point to you guys are going to say, asshole. You guys are going to say, shit. You guys are going to say, fuck, shit, asshole, shit, fuck. Let's see how this works. I'm going to tell you a story now. Here's the story. I had a meeting in Auckland City. And I drove in there, I parked my car, I went and had my meeting, and after the meeting had finished, I walked outside, I headed up the road, and sure enough, I saw a parking warden standing next to the car. You guys know what I mean by parking warden, right? Traffic cop, you know, brown bombers, I think they call them in Australia. What do you call people who give you parking tickets? I mean, Brian, you need to go to the other group. Traffic cops, rent-a-cops. So one of these guys is standing, and he's writing a ticket out. And I went running up to him, I went, buddy, you don't have to write that ticket out. I'm here, I can move the car. And he looks at me, he says, oh, no. I'm very sorry, but I've already started to write out the ticket. And because I've already started the ticket, I must be completing it. I said, dude, that is some bull. Shit. Yeah. I'm here, I can move the car. He says, no, I have to finish the ticket. I said, dude, you don't have to be such an about it. He says, sir, you cannot be using language like that with me, otherwise I will go and get the policeman. He tears off the ticket, he hands it to me. I look at the ticket. It's for $60. I look at the parking slip on the car. It's 2 minutes over time. I said, dude, are you serious? You miserable. 2 minutes and you're giving me a ticket for $60? This is shit. I've been to Amsterdam. I know what 60 minutes will get me for 2 minutes. $60 will get me for 2 minutes. He says, so you cannot be using language like that when you talk to me. I said, I don't give a, you piece of shit. And asshole. Yeah. And he got very angry with me. He went, so you cannot be using language like that when talking to me. I will go and get the policeman. I said, I don't give a. Go and get the policeman, you miserable. Asshole. See if I give a. Shit. Yeah. And he stormed off to go and find a policeman. Now, the moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, is I wasn't worried because it wasn't my car. Wasn't my car. All I did was I took the opportunity to abuse that for all the times I'd come back to my car, found a ticket and missed the opportunity. So this is how this is going to work tonight. I'm going to tell some stories, and when I point to you, you guys need to pay attention. Because I can tell you that working on cruise ships has been one of the joys of my life. But it did not start well. I was ill-suited to work on cruise ships in the beginning because, well, I was unprepared for the age of the passengers on board. This isn't me pointing at you, sir. This is just good old-fashioned genetics. I'm serious though, man. Like, until I started doing cruise ships, I had no idea how old people could get. Before doing cruise ships, I thought incontinent meant one was in Europe. No. And I'm not talking about you guys. You guys are spring chickens in comparison to the people I had to perform for on my first cruise. Like that first cruise, the average age of the passenger was death. This is how old they were. Some of them had cruise credits left over from the Mayflower. That's old. Right? They had a teeth whitening service that they advertised on board, and here's the hook of the advert: you don't even need to be there. Just drop your teeth off, and they deliver them back to your cabin in the morning. The first show I did, I walked out and I saw how old the passengers were in front of me. And I just said to them, I said, ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege for me to be here performing for you all tonight. Because let's face it, for some of you, it'll be the last live show. And they did not like that joke. But when you're doing land-based shows, if you have a joke that doesn't sort of sit well with the audience, you double down, right? You put your foot on the back of the audience's neck and you press until you break their will. which is what I did. I said, okay, you guys didn't like that joke. Fair enough. Here's a joke you can take away with you. What's got 63 legs and 9 teeth? And the audience went, I don't know. And I said, the front row of the show. And let me tell you, that was a stupid piece of to do. Because it made me look like a... Yeah. Because everybody second row back, they loved the joke. But there was a couple sat down the front here, they were not happy. They were not happy at all. The fella, he stands up. He stands up and he looks at me and he goes, we don't have to put up with this ageist malarkey. Come on, Marjorie, let's go. He starts shuffling off at about 1/3 the speed of smell. And the audience all see what's happening and they're all sitting there going, ooh. I said, don't worry about it. Look at the speed he's going. I'll be finished my set before he makes it to the top of the stairs. And then he noticed that Marjorie wasn't coming with him. And he like turns around, Marjorie. Marjorie, let's go. Let's go, Marjorie. Let's go. Marjorie, let's go, Marjorie. Marjorie! Marjorie! Like I said, for some of them, it was the last live show. I'm kidding, Marjorie was fine, her hearing aids had gone. Oh, yes. And of course, things have changed too. You know, pre-COVID, there was like a sweetness that you would get with interactions between the passengers. You know. I had this woman come up to me, old enough to be Solomon's mother. She comes up and she says, oh, I understand you've got another show, is that right? I said, yes, but it's an R18 show, so you'll need to bring ID or one of your parents with you. She turned up with an urn. I wish I was good enough to have written that. She turned up with an urn. I said, what have you got going on there? She said, they took my license off me a couple of years ago, but I happen to have my mum. Very different post-COVID. One of the first cruises I had back after COVID, this Chinese guy comes up to me and he's like, hey, you're the comedian, right? I say, yes, I'm the comedian. He says, also you say you do the magic. I mean, yeah, I used to be a magician. He says, show me the magic trick. I like the magic trick, show me the magic. So I showed him a couple of magic tricks, and he looks at me, he goes, Foo-yo! Wow! You are fat. But you are fast. And I knew what he meant, right? I've worked in Asia before. I know that when they have a thought in their own language and they try and translate it into English, it can come out very blunt, right? It feels insulting, but they don't mean it that way. There's no real venom to it. And I explained this to him because I laughed, you know, when he said it. And he looked at me and he went, no, no, no. My English very good. I know the difference between big and fat. You are fat. And then he says, also in your show, you'll say the Maori people come from cannibal. I said, that's right. He says, I don't think this correct. I do Google search, find no article about Maori people being cannibal. I said, that can't be right. It's a well-known fact in New Zealand. So, of course, I did a Google search, and sure enough, the internet has been scrubbed. There are 0 articles about Maori people being cannibals. And damn it, I hate being wrong. So I ate him. I was respectful, I used chopsticks. The worst thing about it was 20 minutes later, I felt like another one. Yeah. Strap in, man. These jokes are going to get way worse than this. Even interactions with staff has changed too, man. Like, I don't know what your guys' beds are like in your cabin, but I have 2 single beds that have been pushed together. Yeah, you guys have that as well? And it's held together with a sheet. Yeah. But I'm a big dude, man. I am a big unit. And the other morning, I found myself wedged between the 2 mattresses. What the hell? And I was trapped. I couldn't work my way out because, like, the sheet wasn't actually touching the base. I was suspended on a sheet hammock between the 2 matri. And I was stuck there. I was like this. I'm like, yeah! God damn, what's going on? I tried to lever myself out. I couldn't get my shoulder out the other side to pull myself out of my own bed. I thought, I'm going to have to channel my inner caterpillar and kick my way out the bottom. So I start wriggling my way down there. And of course, the stewards have made the bed so well, they've tucked that top sheet so far under the mattresses. As soon as I got down there, it felt like I was being faxed. I couldn't kick my way out the bottom of the bed. I had to wait until the steward came by. He comes and knocks on the door. Hello, Mr. King. Housekeeping, Mr. King. We have your teeth. I'm like yelling at him, for the love of God, please come in. I'm trapped. And he lets himself into my room. It took 15 minutes for him to extricate me from my own bedding. To be fair, 12 minutes of that was him laughing at me. And the impromptu photo session he decided he needed to have. I get asked a lot how I managed to survive being off work for 3 years. And the fact of the matter is I have another job, right? I'm a voice artist in New Zealand. Here in New Zealand, I'm actually the voice of McDonald's. Yeah. So any Kiwis on board, you would have heard my voice before going, the spicy McChicken is back at Macca's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That's me. I do all those ads. Yeah. I'm also the body of McDonald's. Which is why I'm not the face of McDonald's. Yeah. I'm also the voice of Fiji water in America.
These clouds create the purest rain on Earth. It falls on a remote tropical island in search of nature's best filter.
Ancient volcanic rock. It's not just water, it's Fiji water. It's not my favorite voice gig, though. My favorite was when I was asked to be the voice of Santa Claus. Yeah, like our local telecoms company, they set up a free call number where kids all over New Zealand could ring and leave a message for Santa about what they would like for Christmas. And of all of the people who auditioned, they selected me. Yeah, so I got to leave this amazing message. It basically went, ho, 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 Merry Christmas, it's me, Santa.
I'm sorry, I'm not available to take your call right now. I'm currently on holiday with Rudolph, and it's his turn on the water skis. Go, Rudolph! But if you leave a message at the tone, I promise I'll do my very best to ensure that this Christmas is special for everyone. Merry Christmas.
Part of the reason why I love doing that gig is because even my own daughters rang the number and didn't recognize it was me. I know. And that was a truly awesome gig, right up until the point where my friends found out that I was the voice. Particularly those friends that had children of their own. Because leading up to Christmas, I would suddenly get phone calls around 7, 8 o'clock at night. Just, burp, 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 burp. Oh, it's my mate Tony. G'day, Tony. Oh, hello, Santa. Santa, is it? We having trouble with Mia? Yes, it seems that Mia doesn't want to go to bed. We might have to put her on the naughty list. Would you mind having a word? Put her on the phone, mate. This little voice pops on. Hello?
Hello, Mia, it's me, Santa.
Oh, hello, Santa. Oh, I didn't realise my dad had your number.
Yes, well, I've known him for quite some time, since he was a small boy. Now, I understand you're doing your very best to get put on the naughty list, is that right?
No, Santa, it's too early and I'm not tired. I don't want to go to sleep yet.
But you have to do what your daddy tells you, don't you, darling?
No.
Very well, Mia. Do you know what I'm doing right now? Yes, I'm burning your Christmas presents. Ooh, I feel terrible. That last one was a puppy. No more trouble from me.
Yes. Of course, I have kids of my own as well. Kids of my own, 27 and 22. Unusual names, I know. But I figured they'd grow into them. Yeah. They're good kids. And I'm so glad I had kids when I had kids, because I got to give them the birds and bees speech the same way that I got the birds and bees speech. When I was a kid, my dad sat me down. He said, son, there are birds, there are bees, they like each other, good luck. That was it. That was the sum total of the sex talk from Dad. And I gave my kids pretty much the same talk. It would just be a bit nightmarish trying to explain the birds and bees today. All right, kids, so look, there are birds, there are bees, they like each other, so... There are also birds that like birds and bees that like bees. There are also birds that used to be bees and bees that used to be birds. It's all getting very Shakespearean, isn't it? To be bees or not to be bees? That was the question. Bottom line, check for a stinger, see how you feel. My kids are good kids, but they are a bit spoiled these days. They're a bit spoiled. They have this thing where they're so used to Dad traveling that the last time I left, I'm standing in the doorway with my bags waiting for my Uber to take me to the airport. And I said, all right, girls, I'll see you in 6 weeks. And they didn't even look up from their devices. They didn't. They just sat there. Okay, Dad, love you, bye. So to make sure that they ring me before I leave the country, I log in and change the Wi-Fi password. Get a very angry phone call from my daughters going, Dad, you changed the Wi-Fi password again? I went, yes, I did. What did you change it to? We need it. So, all right, are you ready? It's all one word, all lowercase. Are you ready? She goes, yes. I said, Isn't it about time you got your own apartment? She said, you're not funny, Dad. I said, I tell this joke on stage and people laugh. I think it's pretty funny. And travel when you're a comedian, it's a double-edged sword, man. It's a double-edged sword. Because I love traveling. It broadens your horizons. You get to learn stuff when you travel, sample other cultures. But the travel itself can be grueling. So you have to find ways to entertain yourself. So I look for things around the airports that I can maybe come up with material about. And one of the things I saw in Sydney Airport was this poster. And on the poster, it had the caption, "You may not take these items in your check-in luggage." And then the image was an X-ray of a suitcase. And inside it were all the things you would expect not to be allowed to take into check-in luggage. Corrosive acids, don't put that in your check-in luggage. No. Arms and ammunition, explosive devices, don't put that in your check-in luggage. Poisonous or hazardous substances, biologicals, don't put that in your check-in luggage. Nuclear weapons. Everybody knows nuclear weapons are carry-on only. The thing is, what caught my eye about this image is that very clearly silhouetted over the top of everything else was the image of a boomerang. I thought, one of these things doesn't seem nearly as dangerous as the others. So I went to the Qantas desk. I said, mate, is that a real poster? And he looks at me and goes, oh, yeah, nah, yeah. Which is it? He goes, yeah, nah, yeah. No, is it yeah or nah? Is it a real poster? And he goes, like I said, mate, yeah, nah. And I said, don't give me that again. He goes, mate, it's a legit poster. I said, is that a boomerang? He says, don't take boomerangs in your check-in luggage, mate. Or causes massive delays. I said, really? He says, yeah, those poor baggage handlers trying to throw that bag into the belly of the plane. Phew! Ah, bloody hell, Kev, somebody's gone and left another bloody boomerang in the bag there. Phew! Phew! We're going to be stuck here all bloody morning, mate. Phew! It's one of my favourite things too, getting on a plane. I like to wait until the very end, just so I can clock that beautiful arrangement of seats where you have a row of 3 and a space in the middle. Because they're facing towards me, and all I have to do is make eye contact. And then I get to watch them shit themselves the entire time as I'm walking out. Oh, I've recently joined an elite fraternity of comedians who have been banned from flights, by the way. Yeah, the first guy I ever heard of being banned from a flight was an Australian comedian by the name of Steady Eddie. Yeah, Steady Eddie, yeah. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Steady Eddie, he's a comedian, he's from Australia, and he has cerebral palsy. And he thought it would be a good idea to dress up in a pilot's hat, a white shirt and black trousers. And wander down the aisle just going, hi, I'm your pilot. The next comedian is a guy called Mark McConville, right? Mark McConville, another Australian comedian, fantastic, great guy. And he has these intrusive thoughts that pops into his head, and sometimes he can't help himself. He was on a Qantas flight, and during the safety briefing, the stewardess says, in the event of an emergency, the life jacket is under your seat. And he said, is it?
I've never checked. In fact, I don't know anyone who's ever checked. You ever checked for this to see if there's actually a life jacket under your seat? No. We just trust these people implicitly. All these thoughts are running through his head, and he's like, I should check. That's what I should do. I should check. And of course, he thought to himself, no, this is one of those intrusive thoughts. I need to resist the temptation. And he managed to do it for about 20 minutes. And then finally, the thought got the better of him. He went, I have to check. So of course, he reaches down underneath the seat. He finds the flap. He opens the flap. He feels the life jacket underneath. He pulls on the life jacket, and it's stuck. And he's like, ha ha! I'm glad I checked. Now I know I have to give it a really good yank to get that life jacket out. So he pulls on it, and his elbow comes up, and he elbows the guy next to him who's fast asleep. And he sits bolt upright in his chair going, mate, what are you doing? He says, sorry, buddy, I'm just grabbing my life jacket. Banned. Now me, I was on an American flight. I don't want to tell you the name of the airline. Let's just say that the name is an acronym for Don't Expect Luggage to Arrive. So, it's Delta. And I've talked a lot about accents over the last couple of days, and I haven't really gone into some of the issues with the New Zealand accent, right? Because we have a tendency to underpronounce the letter I in our words. And this was made clear to me when I was on a cruise ship. I was walking across the top deck, and it had started raining. And I opened the door, and as I opened the door, there was a sign on the door that said, caution, slippery deck outside. And there were two older women who were walking towards me, and of course, they hadn't had time to read the sign because I'd opened the door. So I said to them, careful ladies, slippery deck outside. And they went, ooh! I said, well, you wouldn't want to fall on it. So the reason I explain this to you is so that I can explain the next story to you. I'm on this Delta flight. Sat next to me is another New Zealander, and he's a professional skateboarder. And he is trying to put his skateboard in the overhead compartment. Now, the problem here is that professional skateboarders do not call their skateboards skateboards. They call them decks. And because he was having trouble getting his deck in the overhead compartment, the stewardess came over and said, sir, that's not going to fit in there. You're going to have to check that in. And he looked at her, and without a word of a lie, he just looked at her and went, oh, no, miss, it's all right, eh? I always travel with my deck in the overhead compartment. And she looked at him and went, sir, you cannot be using language like that on this flight. There are children present. He says, I don't understand the problem. I always travel with my deck in the overhead compartment. And that's when I felt compelled to sort of explain to the stewardess, look, he's not saying what you think he's saying. He's talking about his skateboard. They call them decks. And she snaps at me. She says, sir, I do not need your assistance with this situation. Sit back and shut up. You know, the last time someone treated me so poorly, I ate them. So again, she addresses this guy. Sir, you're going to have to check that in. It is not going to fit. He says, but I don't understand, miss. I always travel with my deck in the overhead compartment. And that's when I leaned forward again and said, you don't understand how impressive that is. I normally travel with mine tucked into the back of the seat pocket. And off the plane we went.
I love the travel, man. The travel. You learn so much when you travel. I went to Singapore, and I learned that I should not let my agent book my hotels, because my agent booked me into a hotel in the middle of Chinatown. You don't put someone my size in the middle of Chinatown. I'm walking down the street, and all the locals are staring at me like I'd come to destroy the village. You know. All these tiny little dudes are staring up going, "Oh, Godzilla!" I found myself in a voice-operated lift in this mall, and I thought, I've never tried a voice-operated lift before, I'm going to try this. So I stepped inside, and the doors just went, super technological sort of advancement stuff, you know. Felt like I was stepping onto the lift that takes you up to the bridge in Star Trek. And then this voice rings out, "Please call out your flaws." I got a lot of those. I said, "I'm a bit fat and occasionally have impure thoughts about nuns." To my surprise, the doors opened and the lift said, "3rd floor, maternity wear and costume hire." So, that was cool. Went to Croatia recently. We got any Balkans here? No Croatians? Love Croatia, man. Such a beautiful country. Oh, we're going? Zdravo. Kako si? Dobro. So I've been to Croatia. Whenever I go to a country, I research things before I get there, and I try and learn some of the language, yeah? Because it helps me sort of get around. Now, you can back me up on this. How do they say goodbye in Croatia? Bok. Yeah. Cool way to say goodbye. You know, bok. Yeah. Done. And it's great one-on-one. One-on-one, it makes perfect sense. I went out for dinner with 17 people. And at the end of the night, I got to watch them all devolve into chickens. Because they're all saying goodbye to one another. I just watched them just going, bok, 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 bok. Bok, 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 bok. Bok, 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 bok. Bok. I think the weirdest thing that I had to contend with while I was traveling, though, was names, right? Names are a very difficult thing, foreign names in particular. I was booked to do a tour through Thailand, and as part of the arrangement for the tour, we were given a guide to ferry us about the place and make sure that we didn't do anything that was culturally inappropriate. So I landed at Phuket International Airport. I'm heading outside. Sure enough, there's this young guy standing there with a placard with my name on it. So I went up to him, I went, "Andre King, that's me, I'm Andre, buddy." He says, "Hello, sir, my name's Bumsuck." "I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?" "My name Bumsuck." I said, "Your name's Bumsuck?" He says, "Yes, my name Bumsuck." "Is that one word or 2 words, Bumsuck?" He says, "Just one word, Bumsuck." I said, "So it's not bum and suck?" He says, "No, just Bumsuck." "What's the problem with my name?" I said, "There's no problem with your name. It's just not a name you hear every day, is it?" He says, "It's my name. I hear it every day." I said, "Is it a family name?" He says, "Yes, family name. My father's name, Bumsuck. My grandfather's name, Bumsuck. I come from a long line of bumsuckers. We all live together, same household." I said, "But doesn't that get confusing if you're all named Bumsuck and you all live in the same house?" He says, "No." I said, "But what if somebody rings and wants to speak to Bumsuck? How do you know who they want to talk to?" He says, "Very simple, sir. My grandfather, he is old Bumsuck. My father, he is big Bumsuck. And me, I am young Bumsuck." Fair enough. Of course, you found a way to sort of coexist. It's your own names. You know? And we did this tour. It was a 10-day tour throughout all of Thailand, and it was amazing. We did theatres, we did clubs, we did Thai morning television. You know, we were being interviewed, and journalists were coming out and reviewing the shows, and it all went really well. And at the end of the tour, we found ourselves in Patong, and we decided to go out and have a few drinks. And this is where the trouble started. Because at some point during the evening, I managed to get separated from my group, which is a bad thing, right? You don't want to be like a drunk Western dude wandering the streets of Patong. Because I found myself strolling down Bangla Road. Yeah, see, some of you are ahead of me on this. For those of you who don't know, Bangla Road is the main red light district in Patong. I had no idea, right? This is my first time there. I didn't know any of this. So, of course, I'm wandering down Bangla Road. It's the red light district. And all I want to do is find my driver. So I'm just going up to every local I can see and just going, "Excuse me, hello." I'm looking for bumsuck. And these guys are looking at me like, no bumsuck here, you go away, no bumsuck, go away, go away. I'm like, all right, I guess you don't know. So off I go to the next bar or parlor or anything, and I get to this establishment. There's two guys standing outside. I say, "Excuse me, I'm looking for bumsuck." And of course, these guys look at me and they go, "Certainly, sir, plenty bumsuck. Come on in, order bumsuck you want. Enjoy the bumsuck, plenty bumsuck all night long. Enjoy the bumsuck, sir. Woo! So much bumsuck you have tired lips by the end of the night. You do all the bumsuck you want." So of course I went in and I looked around. I had to dodge a few ping pong balls. And then I hear this voice say, "Global warming." I was like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" Yeah. But I realized my driver wasn't in there. And so I walked back outside to sort of tell the guys that directed me inside. I walked back out and I said, No, you've made a mistake. I'm looking for young bumsuck. And that's how you get banned from Thailand, ladies and gentlemen. All right, folks, I've been Andre King. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for coming out. Round of applause for all of the people you've seen. Thank you very much. Good night.
So MGS, let's hear from coming for this cruise. It's Andre King! What a fantastic show. Another laugh for the fantastic Andre King.
Let me know if you want an encore. Have we got time?
Got nowhere else to be. Please welcome back, Andre King!
Well, there's that 20% tariff coming in again. All right, I'll tell you this final story. Everything I've told you tonight is true, by the way. Everything actually happened. Yeah, I know. So, on a similar vein, I was traveling with my wife and we were in Hong Kong. And it was her first time in Hong Kong, my first time in Hong Kong. And we had a show to do one night, but she wanted to go out shopping before the show. I like to sort of relax and chill. And we had arranged that just before the show we would go out and we would have dinner with the other comedians that were performing on the bill. So she goes off shopping, she agrees to meet us at the restaurant, and at the appointed time, I go wandering down the road towards the restaurant, and it was Lockhart Road. Now, I didn't realise that Lockhart Road is also the red light district in Wan Chai, in Hong Kong. I didn't know this. I'm walking down the road and I just thought, wow, this is a friendly city. All these gorgeous women coming up to me going, look at you, big Western man, you come in for dance, what you say, dance, big boy. You look like you can move, look at those hips swivel. Again, I thought it was just a friendly city, you know? And it wasn't until a woman comes up to me and she says, look at you, big Western man. I tell you what, I come back to your hotel room only $500. 500 Hong Kong dollars back then, it was about 180 US. And that's when I realized, I understand where I am now. So I said to her, I said, sorry, too expensive, $20. She says, no, $20, too cheap. $500, good deal for you. You and me all night long, what you say, big boy? I love you long time. I said, no, $20, final offer. She says, you no good man. You no good man. You bad for business. You go away from this place. So, of course, I headed to the restaurant and I caught up with the other comedians. We were there. I told them what had happened. We all had a bit of a chuckle about it. And then, of course, my wife turns up with the shopping. She's had a fantastic day out shopping. We sit down. We have a lovely meal, a succulent Chinese meal. It's one for my Aussie brethren there. And at the end of the meal, my wife says, I really need to drop all the shopping back at the hotel before we go to the gig. I'm like, cool. She says, let's just walk the meal off. And like an idiot, I went, okay. Because we walked straight back down the road that I walked to get there, and the same woman comes up to me, looks at my wife and says, see what you get for $20? Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Andre King. You guys have a fantastic voyage. Good night.
So let's take one more time. Let's hear it for the fantastic Andre King!
Legend. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate.
One night, one man, Andre King!
You're not standing up? You're not going to stand up?
What a great show.
Thank
Did you
you.
enjoy the show?
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Brock.
He was an absolute finest, and I'm very aware not to point in anyone's direction because I don't want to incite swearing in this theatre. Now the night
Thanks,
is not
buddy.
over yet. If you want to head out
Thank
and
you.
enjoy some late night venue,
Thanks, buddy.
the club is the place to go.
Appreciate
If
it.
not,
Thank you.
sleep
Thanks for
well,
coming.
and we'll see you in Wellington tomorrow. But one more time, he can hear as he leaves the venue. Let's hear it for Andre King!
Yes, ma'am.
You said last night that 3 C's Japanese.
Yes.
One was constipation, one was confused. What was the other one?
The cold. The cold.
Cold.
Because that gives you the, oh. Thank you.
I'm trying to think on that.
It's the cold. It's the cold.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All the best.
Thanks for coming, guys. Thank you. No.
Thank you.
Yeah. All New Zealand.
Such fun.
You're welcome. Thank
You
you.
want again? Are we going to see you again?
No, I'm done now. Thank you. I work on the pronunciation.
It's great.
Good night, guys. Thanks for coming.
Very funny, mate.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Good night.
All right, brother. You done it again.
Thanks, man.
You're brilliant.
I just think I should.
What's that?
Thanks very much, mate.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for coming.
Where's Elizabeth's?
What?
You-
No, we're not.
How was the show when you done it with the Queen?
With the Queen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the set? You were just the same.
No, I didn't do that set.
No, not that particular one. Well, like the more.
Oh, I did other material when the Queen was in Windsor.
Oh, but she was fucking
No.
What a bonus to see it twice.
Yes,
Both
thanks
those,
for
both
the
those
laugh.
sets were unreal.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for coming, guys.
You're great. Love it.
Thank you so much.
Again, another great show.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Thank you, mate.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Great.
Thanks for coming.
I can't understand why you don't tell the gumboot joke.
Well,
Kiwis, sheep,
because
gumboots,
no,
come on.
No, I'm telling you, if you woo them correctly, you don't need gumboots.
Good job, good.
Oh, thanks, man.
Good job.
Thank you,
yeah.
brother.
Yeah, you made me cry this time.
Thanks, matey. Thank you.
Thanks again.
Okay, I got a picture with
Oh, sure.
Great show.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. All right, so we're just going to get a photo.
Got it.
So I was going to ask you, like, when you guys are on the ship, do you stay on the ship for the whole duration of?
No. I'm off tomorrow morning.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, I've got to get to another ship.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're fantastic.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
Love your dick joke.
Bob!
Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Well
It's
done.
good to see you.
Oh,
Going to
you were
Stacey's?
fantastic.
He's amazing, isn't
Oh
he?
my God, you're fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow, brilliant.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Cheers, dude.
Thanks, buddy.
Let me know when you're heading there.
Yeah. I'll pack up my kit and then I'll pretty much head over. Okay.
Fantastic.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Oh, thanks, bro.
Been to Croatia about 3 times. I've learned a bit of language in Croatia.
Yep.
Yebishet.
Yebizet?
Yebishet, yeah.
What does that mean?
So fuck yourself.
Oh, Jesus. I probably don't need that one.
That's true.
That's
true.
All right, good to know.
Hilarious.
Thank you. You're gorgeous. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thanks for coming. No. Hen hao. Sit down.
Hope to see you again. You should be on Colbert. Kimmel.
Well, yeah.
Get your
I think
visa
there's a
going.
better chance of him being on me, to be honest.
You got to come to Vancouver.
I'm trying. I'm working on it. All right. Good
We'll be
night.
the ones laughing about Bangor Road.
Oh, I saw you guys.
Yeah, my mate, she wanted to go and experience a few of the things along
No, I
there.
bet. Thanks, buddy.
Done it again.
Thank you.
Done it again.
My grandfather wanted to know Mum Suck's phone number.
Thank you for making us laugh.
You're very welcome.
Pleasure.
Thank you for coming. All right. You're welcome. No worries, buddy. Thank you. Thanks, man.
Cheers, man. Appreciate it.
That went really well.
Really well. I had a lot of fun. Loved that.
Going to Stacey's?
Comfy one. And then bedtime, so I'm going to be up at 5:30. I'll watch a football match. Personal choice.
Personal choice.
Personal choice. But
Fair.
I've just got to quickly prove some stuff in the office and then we'll see what there.
Okay. All right. See you guys.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Great job. Great job. Perfect timing.